Kabooblow!
What's up, everybody? Bird Killer here, bringing you a video of the Hunter Call the Wild, and today we're gonna go through my Layton Lakes map to take a look at my need zones for whitetail and the whitetail grind. This was requested by Claydrew. He is a YouTuber himself, and he reached out, asked for just kind of a little bit of what my map looks like, to maybe help him along with his grind. His grind's going well, but we all hit snags. So let's go ahead and check out our map. Right here we are at the bottom left of the map. Right here we're at Runachi, and we're just kind of like, that's what my map looks like. I've got stuff everywhere from since I started playing. But to start out, right here on Runachi, got this whitetail zone right here. This one I kind of messed up, and this one ended up went down to 1 and ended up with a zone right there. Some of these I really was struggling to get over the top of, to show you that it is a whitetail zone. So also keep in mind that and the way this works is I come in and then I shoot, and then I travel to the other tent. I got another whitetail zone there, and this one does say Roosevelt elk, but it is actually a whitetail need zone. And then once we come over here, this one says moose, but that's actually a whitetail need zone. Again, that's one that I shot down the 1, and it appeared here. So if you're looking at your need zones, it's important to so you want to spot whitetail and whitetail only if you're really trying to do this. Right here's another whitetail need zone, another one, and here's one right here, and then over here we got this guy right there. If you kill down a need zone to one animal, it's going to come back as another need zone somewhere very, very close. So looks like I'm just gonna go ahead and go right up. So this one is a whitetail need zone. Again, it says moose. I was looking at everything, so I kind of messed up. A lot of these need zones, they do read something else. Whitetail, jackrabbit, moose. There's a whitetail. This one right here is a whitetail need zone as well. This was a spot that I was using, and then once I kind of ruined my map, I ended up having to move to a different area, because I brought those down to like less than, or 3. So that was another whitetail need zone. And then up here, a lot of these need zones are all female need zones, right? Like, they were all megahertz. Right there's one. This one's gonna read moose, but that's actually a whitetail need zone, all female. Right here's another whitetail need zone, all female. Yeah, I really struggled trying to get over these. Sorry about missing the last couple days. My buddy just moved down here. We moved him in. Right here's another whitetail need zone, and then up here used to be a really good spot for me for whitetail, and now it's just not. So then there is another need zone right up here that I never see him. But yeah, so my buddy just moved from Montana here to Reno. There's another one of my favorite need zones for whitetail, and then over here we have one that is gonna read whitetail, jackrabbit, but it is a whitetail. Yeah, we just moved my buddy and his family, so it was a very busy last couple days, trying to get him settled in, him and his family, as well as trying to get our dogs to meet and try to get along. And so yeah, that's why I haven't posted anything in a couple days. So sorry this is coming out so late, Claydrew. Hope you see it and hope it helps. Right here you got a need zone up the Calburn river system is just great. So right here is a whitetail that reads rosy, but it is whitetail. this one over here reads moose, but that's a whitetail zone. That's one that I use. You can see the tent that I come from and then come around to it, and shoot it from that tripod if there's, well, I always shoot from the tripod. But yet another whitetail need zone right there, and one across. And then, like I said, a lot of these need zones will be covered up by something else, whether it's, you know, sometimes I let the game, right here's another whitetail need zone. What I do is I let the game run for a while, and then when I start back up, it's cheaper to start back up. There's a whitetail need zone there. All along this coast too, there's a lot of whitetail zones. A lot of them are gonna read jackrabbit because I'm just looking for everything. Right here's 2 whitetail need zones, and then here's one that I'm currently using, and there is one below it as well as a few others down here that I turn into something else. So basically what happens is, when you change the time, if you're within a need zone time for like Roosevelt or Blacktail or whatever. So this lake I absolutely hate. Never anything there. But if you use that, they when you change the time, it will show as a incorrect zone. This is a whitetail zone, but it's gonna read whitetail jackrabbit. This bottom little coast too is also really good for whitetail on my map. So that's also important to understand, is everybody's map is a little bit different. Where I have need zones, you might not, and where you have need zones, I will not have them. For example, on Belmont, on the bottom part, I've had plenty of friends who have a bunch of need zones there, and I don't. But yeah. On the top I have plenty, but on the bottom I don't have very many. Up here, this lake, I've got a ton of, not on the outside, that's blacktail, but on around this lake there's 3 need zones, but that second need zone right there in the middle is it's one zone, but it's got 2 herds of deer. Here's another whitetail zone, and then you got an elk. Then you got nothing here. I don't think there's any whitetail here. No. On this lake, I don't have one. No. On that little lake, I definitely do have one. And then right here, Mushroom Lake, I have one right there that I use quite often. Really love that spot. And then up here you just got this one whitetail zone that I use quite often. And then the rest of these lakes up here, like I said, before the update, I've had whitetail zones all over there. Now I don't. It's just the way the game kind of goes. And then around this lake right here, so I do have a zone there that I use. As you can see, I got the 2 tent thing set up. And then there's another zone up here that's going to read something else that it's moose, but it's actually whitetail. So, you know, if you are going to try this grind, I suggest watching Lady Legends Guide with Grim, and really listen and take notes. That's where I made a lot of mistakes early on into the grind, is making mistakes and deleting or taking zones down to 1 and then not looking for the new zone. But definitely one of the very first things they say is to hit every body of water, every little piece of water that might have something on it. Take a look at it and find every need zone. So, you know, this is going to take a while. This could take several days. It took me, I think, 4 or 5 days to completely go over my map, more than once, to make sure that I do find all of these zones. And then, you know, if you mess up a zone, you got to find the new zone. But like I said, if you are going to start this grind, I strongly suggest watching Lady Legends guides on it. If you haven't already, she's got a lot of information. Really take time to sit down, listen to it, take notes, and all the advice that Grim gives you, especially if you're on console. He plays on Xbox, so he's got a lot of good tips. And really, you know, before I was struggling with whitetail, and now I don't have problems at all unless it's self-inflicted. And I've done that a few times, and I've had to go back and re-listen to Grimm's video and then get back on the grind. Hope that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe. Kaboob that like button, notification bell, and Claydrew, I hope that helps you. You know, like I said, my zones are gonna be a little bit different than yours, and it's hard to tell because a lot of them don't actually say it. But until next time, the bird killer is out.